Hello and welcome to EdTech Connect. I'm Lisa Munley, and today I'm going to be talking about using Discovery Education with Google Classroom. Now, because we all have G Suite for Education usernames, we can use the Google single sign-on. So when I come to this page here for logging in, I don't ever have to type anything again. I just click Sign In with Google. Then you'll see a page that has all of the G Suite accounts that are signed into on your device. You just pick your school one, and then this page will come up. And from here, you simply will go up to search or look in My Contents for a video that you already have, or look on your quick list, which is this little button up here for anything that you may have saved. But we're just going to do a quick search today. I'm going to search for something about sloths. So I'm going to do a search, and once it brings up the page that has everything about a sloth, I can filter it down depending on the age group. Across the top, I can pick the subject. I'm going to leave it at all subjects now. I can pick the grade band. I'm going to pick 3 to 5. I can also go down and pick whether I'm looking for channels, videos, images, texts, boards, or more options, which would include audio, interactives, lesson material, or professional learning. On the left-hand side, I have lots more filters that I can use to narrow down what I'm doing. A little side note, if I select a video that is editable, my students or I can go in and actually edit that video, which is really great for student creations. I'm just going to pick this one here, Breaking Trail Sloth versus Sloth. I'm going to click the video that I want, and when this comes up, I can see that I've got other related topics, information about this. If my students are using this and they need a citation, it's written up here for them. It tells you which standards are hit, and other videos similar to this one. But what we want to look at here, if we just want to look at it and maybe come back later and decide if we want to use it at all, I can just add it to my quick list, and that's kind of like bookmarking it. Then later, if I decide I do want to keep it for, going forward, I can add it to my content folder. If I want to use this video in Studio, I can just add this to Studio and then work on it from there. And there's another training on how to use Studio since it is new as of this past August. It's replacing Board Builder. Then down here where it says More, that's what I want to click. And Assign used to be the button we wanted when we created our classes in Discovery Education, but we're using Google Classroom now. So we want to click Share. And right here you can see you have lots of options, including copying the link, but we don't want to copy the link because we've got something better. We're just going to go up here and click Google Classroom, and that's going to open a little window here. I'm going to pick the class that I want. I'm going to use my practice class. First, double check that you're in the right Google Classroom that you want to be in. If you have created anything under an @Gmail account that you've been kind of experimenting with and using that to practice with, just double check that you're in the account that you want. And I do want it in this account. So I'm going to pick my practice class, and I'm going to set this up as an assignment. Now, if I look up here, I can see that it says Google Classroom here, okay, but it also says Discovery Education, which means that I'm not completely only in my Google Classroom. So my editing options are going to be limited. I'm going to go down here and click Go. And then when I get these options, you can see that under this area here where it should give me the option to add or create other documents or things like that, I don't have that option. I also don't have the rubric option over here. And I don't want to limit myself with this activity. So I'm going to go up here where it says Assign and click the drop-down arrow and save as draft. Once that saves, I'm going to click on View, which will then open only my Google Classroom without locking it into my Discovery Education account. So I go to Classwork at the top center. Here is the video. I'm going to mouse over that and click to edit. And now you can see over here, I have my options to add anything from my drive, a link, a file, or a YouTube video, or I can create something. Maybe I want them to write a summary afterward. I also now have the option to create a rubric or to reuse a rubric from somewhere else. So this is where we want to make sure that we're doing the editing. And again, I always remind everybody, please just don't click Assign when you're done. When you feel like you're finished, always click the drop down arrow because it still gives you the option to go ahead and assign it, which means the students will see it immediately. But it also kind of makes you stop and think, do I want to schedule this so that they'll see it right before class begins, or am I not completely finished and I want to save it as a draft again? Once you click assign, yes, you can go back and edit. However, some of these editing options, such as making a copy for each student, they don't become available anymore. So you would only be able to allow them to view it or allow everybody to edit the same copy of a document. So always make sure that until you are 100% ready for your students to start working on assignment, you always either save it as a draft or you schedule it. Both of those options will give you another chance. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just reach out and I will help you the best I can. Take care.